Hi, I'm Donna from donnaonthebeach.com and welcome to Ask Donna, the video series where I answer your questions about making your dreams a reality. This week's question comes from Chris, who says, I told my husband about my big dream and he is not supportive at all. In fact, he seems to be deliberately making life harder for me. I love him, but I also want to pursue my dream. Do I have to choose between them? Well, Chris, I sympathise. That must be a really tough situation to be in because obviously I'm guessing you were hoping that he would be super supportive and right behind you and really help you, and you've got the opposite situation. But the first thing I want you to do is to have compassion for your husband. When we have a big dream, we have been living with that dream in our heart and in our soul for sometimes over 20 years. So we've had a lot of time to get used to that dream. And then when we drop it on someone else suddenly, they need time to assimilate that information, especially if, as many big dreams are, it's a big change, a huge thing to try. So it can be quite a shock to someone who loves you to suddenly find out that you always wanted to be a dancer or whatever it is. So have compassion for your husband. That's not to say that his attitude is just going to continue and we're not going to do anything about it. Not at all. But have compassion and try to understand that it can be a shock. And also, when our big dream affects somebody else, that can be really kind of hard to deal with. So he may be worried that he won't get to see you if you're spending a lot of time on your big dream, or he may be concerned that he will be the sole breadwinner if your big dream necessitates changing your employment circumstances or something like that. That kind of thing, understandably, people are a bit like, oh, hang on, you get to do your thing and I don't. Ooh. And that can also bring up the whole, well, if you're going after your big dream, where does that leave me? And also, it can be very threatening. It can remind people that they gave up on their big dream. So it can be a real minefield of chaos and the surprise, the shock, the fear of change, the scepticism, and the protectiveness can sometimes override the supportive element. So within that compassionate piece, give him time to get used to it. Secondly, I want to talk about outcome-focused communication, which is basically thinking about what you want from a situation and then communicating accordingly. So let me give you an example of this. If you want your husband to become supportive of your big dream, that's the outcome you want. You want him on board. You want to bring him on board. A great way to not have that happen is to go, what the hell is wrong with you? Why aren't you supporting me? You're not supporting me. You're unsupportive. You're terrible. You suck. I'm leaving. That approach ain't going to help him support you. It's just going to make him defensive. Another approach might be, okay, I want him to support me. I know that he likes fixing things. So let me give him a problem for him to fix, and that will get him on board. Outcome-focused communication. It can be seen and it can be used in a manipulative way, but I think it's just a thoughtful way of communicating. If you don't want to row with somebody, then shouting at them probably isn't the best way to get that outcome. If you want somebody to do something for you, thinking about their personality, who they are, what they like, what their reaction is just, it just makes sense to use all of that information to tailor your approach. So to give you another kind of silly example, I'm not a morning person. So if you want me to talk to you in the morning, the best way to do it is not to start, good morning, da, 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 the second you see me, because all you'll get is and possibly some swear words. If, however, you wait for me to come to you and start talking, I'll be perfectly cheerful in the morning. I just need a bit of time. And sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes 5 minutes. I just need a bit of time to wake up. So the moment I open my eyes, not a good time to start a conversation with me. Outcome focused communication. Pay attention to what your husband's like and how and what the outcome you want is and how to get that outcome. So to get that, here's your homework. Number 1, find out exactly what his objection is to the big dream. Is it skepticism? Is he trying to protect you? Is he jealous? Does he think it's going to take you away from him? Is he concerned about the financial aspect? Does he just think it's stupid? It could be that. I hope it's not, because that one's a hard one to get over. But, you know, it could be that. Was he just shocked and surprised? Has he just needed time to get used to it? What exactly, specifically, is his objection? Now again, outcome-focused communication. Think about what's the best way to find out what is going on with him. You know, remember your men are from Mars, women are from Venus stuff. And also remember personalities. I'm a very direct personality, so the best way to find out from me what's going on is to ask me a direct question. Because if you beat around the bush, I'll be like, what is it you want to know? I don't know. I'm lost. Whereas other people, direct questioning doesn't work for them. They just go, oh no, I can't cope with all this directness. So think about, what kind of guy is your husband? What's the best way to find out exactly what his objection is to your big dream and why he's reacting the way he's reacting? What's the best way to find that out? Sometimes it's somebody else. You know, can you just find out for me what the hell's going on here? Just as an example of how not to do it, what the hell is your problem? Is not a great way to get the outcome you want, because what you want, the outcome you want for the first part, is to find out exactly what his objection is. And if you start with a defensive and attacking, what the hell is your problem thing, it's not conducive to effective communication, basically. The next thing I want you to do is, once you know exactly what the outcome once you know exactly what the objection is, your next outcome is that you want him to support you. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is, once you know what his objection is, to find a way to get him on board. I'm guessing the outcome you want is to pursue your big dream and have your husband's support. I'm guessing that's what you want to go for. So that's the outcome you're looking for. Now, this can be really easy. It can be just a conversation of, okay, you know, I know that you're not feeling great about this and I would really love your support. So can you tell me, you know, what is the problem? What's your objection? And he could say, it's this. And you could go, you silly idiot, that's not going to happen. Here, give me a kiss, and now you're supportive. It could be that quick. And if it is, fantastic. Good news. However, it could also take some time. And what you need to think about is that there is an objection, there's an obstacle here in your path for your big dream. Now, you're going to get a lot of these things, and the quicker you get used to the fact that obstacles are going to come up and get okay with it, the quicker you will just relax and go, okay, here's an obstacle. Now I'm going to go over, under, round it, through it. I'm going to find some way of, I was going to say attacking, but I don't think that's the right word really, of getting through that obstacle, getting past that obstacle. I'm going to find a way to get past it. Now, it could be that you just work on your big dream and work on your husband running side by side, and you don't really talk to him about it, but you do have as a side project getting him on board. It could take months or even longer to get him on board. It could be that he never gets on board, who knows? But hopefully that won't be the case. Once you found out what the objection is, you'll have a better idea of whether it's something that you can easily compromise on or easily allay his fears, or whether it's something that is going to be like, ooh, okay, that's interesting. So what I want to say to you is, because it might take some time, take your time with it. Be okay with it taking as long as it takes for him to get on board. Your mission is to find out his objection and get him on board anyway. That's your mission. Make it a fun mission. Make it a psychological game, if you like. Not to be manipulative, just to be, okay, that's his objection. How can I get over, under, round, through? How can I get him on board anyway, even though he's got this objection? Make it a game with yourself. Make it easy, make it relax, and don't have like really high expectations of him. Let him come to you. Like, remember the morning person thing? Let him come to you. Don't badger him. Again, outcome focused communication. Badgering someone, please support me, please support, I want you to support me, please, 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 please. You might get them to say they're supporting you just to shut you up, but you probably won't get their support. So think about outcome focused communication. How can you get the outcome that you want? And you try one way, it doesn't work. You try another way, it doesn't work. Okay, so you've got some feedback. You've got two things that don't work. Okay, I don't try them next time. Next time I try this approach, and this approach, and this approach. And you just approach the approach the problem from different angles, and just keep trying. Keep going. Keep going. Remember the outcome you want. The outcome you want is your husband to be supportive. So one thing you could do, and I got this from one of my mentors, Carol DeRay, about writing it down. It's really powerful stuff to write down. Write down, I see my husband fully supporting my big dream and helping me achieve it. Oh, did you feel the energy of that? See, it's awesome. Every time you think he's not been supportive, write that sentence down. Get back in the energy of that. That's the outcome you want. That's what you're working towards. Good luck. And I hope that it is just a 5-minute conversation where he says, this is my objection. You say, honey, it's all good. And he's on board. I hope it is that. If not, you've got some other things to try. Good luck with it and let me know how it goes, Chris. So that's this week's answer to the Ask Donna question. If you have a question about making your big dream a reality that you'd like me to answer, please contact me either through my website, donnaonthebeach.com, through Facebook, facebook.com/DonnaOnTheBeach, through Twitter, if your question's really small, twitter.com/DonnaOnTheBeach. And please mark that it's a question for the Ask Donna video series, because otherwise I might just answer the question and not think to, to put it to the video series. I am that dim. You need to be direct. Okay, and also, if you know anybody who you think needs to see this video, please share it with them. If you like it, please click on the like button, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it with all your friends. Tell everyone you know about the Ask Donna video series. That would be awesome. And may all your dreams become reality. I'll see you next time.